The Philistines occupied one hill and the Israelites another, with the valley between them. A champion named Goliath, who was from Gath, came out of the Philistine camp. His height was 6 cubits and a span. He had a bronze helmet on his head, and he wore a coat of scaled armor, of bronze weighing 5,000 shekels, and on his legs he wore bronze greaves, and a bronze javelin was swung on his back. His spear shaft was like a weaver's rod, and its iron point weighed 600 shekels. His shield bearer went ahead of him.
Israelites, God's people, who want you to fight with? Where's your God? Where's your faith? Why don't you fight for your kids? We the Philistines shall serve you. Why don't you lose? You shall serve us.
On hearing the Philistines' words, Saul and the Israelites were dismayed and terrified. Now David was the son of an Ephrathite named Jesse, who was from Bethlehem in Judah. Jesse had 8 sons, and at Saul's time he was very old. Jesse's 3 oldest sons followed Saul to war. David was the youngest. The 3 oldest followed Saul, but David went back and forth from Saul to tend his father's sheep. Now Jesse said to his son David, "Take this ephah of roasted grain and these 10 loaves of bread for your brother, and hurry to their camp. Take along these 10 cheeses to the commander of their unit. See how your brothers are, and bring back some assurance from them. They are with Saul and all the men of Israel in the valley of Elah, fighting against the Philistines." Early in the morning, David left the flock in care of a shepherd, loaded up and set out as Jesse had directed. He reached out the camp as the army was going out to its battle positions, shouting the war cry. Israel and the Philistines were drawing up their lines facing each other. David left his things with the keeper of supplies, ran to the battle lines, and asked his brothers how they were. As he was talking to them, Goliath, the Philistine champion from Gath, stepped out from his lines and shouted his usual defiance.
Is it still not to face me?
And David heard it. Whenever the Israelites saw the man, they fled from him in great fear. Now the Israelites had been saying,
"You see how this man keeps on coming out to threaten Israel? The king said whoever kills him will receive great wealth."
Who is this man that doesn't like stone?
When Eliab, David's oldest brother, heard him speaking with the men, he burned with anger and asked,
"What are you doing here, and with who did you leave the sheep? You're only a shepherd, not a soldier. You only came here to watch the battle."
Let me kill this giant.
How can you possibly kill this giant? You're only a boy. This man has made a warrior since his youth.
I kill a bear. I kill a bear and a lion. What's my deeds? What's the power of God? Let me kill this giant.
Alright, what do you will do?
Then Saul dressed David in his own tunic. He put a coat of armor on him and a bronze helmet on his head. David fastened on his sword over the tunic and tried walking around because he was not used to them.
I cannot go sleep.
Then he took the staff in his hand, chose 5 smooth stones from the stream, and put them in a pouch of his shepherd's bag, and with the sling in his hand approached the Philistine. Meanwhile, the Philistine, with his shield bearer in front of him, kept coming closer to David. He looked David over and saw that he was a little more than a boy, glowing with health and handsome. He despised him. As the Philistine moved closer to attack him, David ran quickly toward the battle line to meet him. Reaching into his bag and taking out a stone, he slung it and struck the Philistine on the forehead.
Thank you.